This segment brought to you by Bob Schwartz Financial. Values, commitment, transparency.
Hey, Bryce Dolan here. My guest today is Kansas State Forester Jason Hartman, talking all about what the Kansas Forest Service does in Kansas and the benefits of helping out other fire agencies, not only across the state, but across the country.
There's a lot more forest resource than a lot of people do realize in Kansas. Over 3 million acres, mostly in the eastern part where the traditional forested stands, but also all throughout the state. Windbreaks, shelter belts are all very critically important to our communities, our rural farmstead, our agriculture production. So there's a lot of forestry work to be done all across the state, not just in the traditional forested stands. So that's the work that our 35 roughly full-time employees try to do for the state in 6 main program areas. Of course, the wildland fire, that is one of our biggest and fastest growing programs. We also have forest health, where we have staff that just try to help people with concerns about the health of their trees in general, their forest stands, their shelter belt. We have a conservation trees program where we provide low-cost seedlings and seed for establishment of trees for conservation purposes, whether that be wildlife plantings, shelter belts, windbreaks, things like that. We also have a urban and community forestry program that helps mostly the smaller communities, but we work in the large ones as well. Street trees, park trees, neighborhood trees, just the benefits of those, the health of those, the planning for the condition of them now and how to make sure they're viable for the future. There is a timber industry, a forest industry in Kansas that we have a program, utilization and marketing, that helps with that. And again, it's not just the traditional sawmills, where we do have plenty of those. I would like to have a few more. But we also, that program deals into some new and emerging markets like biochar, things like that, wood energy, and then finally our traditional forestry, rural forestry program that's out there on the ground, helping forest landowners implement and best practices for managing their timber and woodland and forest resource on their property.
How many personnel does KFS employ across the state of Kansas?
We have about 34 full-time across the state, and then we have an additional, roughly around 40 that are part-time. Most of those are in the fire program. Around 35, 36 of those part-time are in the fire program. The call when needed, the on-call, people that they may have other jobs full-time, but they have a skill set and experience set that really helps us both in-state and around the country with the wildland fire response needs that we try to help out with. And then we are actually administratively tied to Kansas State University. That's where our agency is housed, the state agency that's housed within the university structure. So we're able to utilize quite a few student employees as well, about 8 to 10 student employees, to help us around the state office with the greenhouse, the groundskeeping, and then the office administrative staff. One other benefit we get from participating in the national dispatches system and helping out the region and the country is, it's just like there's a lot of similarity between how local fires are managed and how those are. And one is this kind of neighbor helping neighbor. That's how a lot of our fires are handled. And other incidents here in Kansas is the mutual aid system. One district will go help another one. And it's the same on a national scale, because we're going out and helping Colorado, Arizona, California, New Mexico, the places we've been just this year. When we have a need, that will be reciprocated, and it has been. We've had hand crews from Colorado come help us mitigate fuels. We've had engines come in and help with Starbuck. We had an incident management team come in and help with the Highlands Fire in Hutchinson in 17. So the help we're giving is reciprocated back to Kansas in our times of need as well.
I'm Bob Schwartz, and I've devoted the last 43 years to helping Kansans reach their retirement goals and to protect the family farm. At Bob Swartz Financial, we believe everyone should be able to live the retirement they've always dreamed of. Our team of professionals can help you create an efficient strategy using a variety of investment vehicles to help you address your financial needs and your concerns. Bob Swartz Financial values commitment and transparency.